I'm a huge fan of PlayStation 5's like tactile feedback in the controller. So what would be dope is if they enhance the Joy-Cons to be a bit more tactile feedbacky. Like they put a couple more like motors and other things that made it a bit more reactive.
Okay, like the R2 stuff, right?
Yeah. Another thing you could do is if you could slightly even expand the size of the screen a bit more.
You think?
I mean, why not? It's a good.
What if they made two versions, a bigger one, a smaller one?
You could do that. You could do that to make it more
Okay.
thing. But the most important thing is it's just like us. Like, what do we when we have a computer, right? And a new GPU comes up, we're not changing the whole computer. We're just like, I'm just gonna swap my GPU and I'm good,
Yeah.
right? So that's like the main thing I want. Because I swear to you, I'm not even joking. I think my phone is more powerful than the Switch.
Okay, what's realistic to say for the Switch 2? Is 4K realistic to say? Or is that not in Nintendo's territory?
Nah, not for a Switch 2.
Really?
4K?
Because it's not PS5 graphics. It would just be Zelda graphics, but clean. Like, wouldn't it be realistic or like ray tracing?
You could. You would have to no ray tracing and stuff. You could do it because I mean, even PS4 had 4K, 4K 30.
It would be 4K in the watercolor looking Zelda graphics.
Yeah, I guess where I'm coming from is most of the time you're playing on a small screen, so it doesn't matter. Like 720, 1080 would work.
We figured it out, bro. Remember, like the Razer, you plug it into external GPU.
If they could do that,
their freaking dock is gonna have a GPU in it. We figured it out. I mean, maybe people already thought of that. That's it, though.
That would be insane.
So it's nice and light. No, that's actually what they're gonna do. 100%.
You know what? I know what you're saying. If there was a Switch that had like, let's say, double the graphics performance, like they improved it, right?
Yeah.
So it works good. You get your 720, 1080p, great, like 60 frames. Imagine playing Pokemon, you got 60 frames, right?
Easy 60. Yeah.
And then you dock it, and the dock has like a 3070.
Nah, that's too much. 37. Wait.
37. Bro. A PlayStation 5 uses the equivalent of a 3070.
But the price of PlayStation 5 is what?
$600.
But a Switch, how much you want the Switch Pro to be?
If you do what I just said, I will pay like $899 for a Canadian, which is like $699 USD.
Now, let's think of the parabola, bro. What's the juiciest price point for them?
What's like something good for like actual market? I'm trying to say like I would pay for that. I'm telling you like I'll pay a markup on a PS5 because it's that good.
Okay, that's okay. If they introduce like S version where it has a 3080 equivalent, 3070 equivalent, right? But what's the good price point of something realistic they could do an external like GPU for?
Like $599.
That's expensive, isn't it?
It is,
but then you're saying Canadian, right? Let's look at US dollars. Switch price US. So it's $300 US.
All I was saying was what's $599 Canadian in USD?
Okay, that's not going to be too bad.
$449 USD. You guys wouldn't pay for that? 3070 dock?
You think they could do a 3070 with that price?
3060 dock. It's still a crush.
Yeah, well, I'll take a 3050, bro. I'll take anything.
Yeah, do you know how nuts those?
Don't I have a 3050 in there?
You have a 3050 in there. That's so nuts. What do you want? You want a 4090 in there?
That's it. Okay, so 450, a super dock with Ethernet, some GPU in it.
That'd get people very happy. I'm telling you, if they did that, it doesn't matter what happens to price. People will play. You know why? Because you take away friction. The person could just pull out a Switch. He's got 60 frames, 720p, 1080p. The quality's crisp on your Switch. Then you dock it and you get 4K 60 frames and you're like, I feel like I got a PlayStation. You know why? Because I'll tell you how I feel. When I play PlayStation, right? I always play and I'm like, yo, I'll check the time. I'm like, I got to go do other stuff. So then I'll be exiting my game. And then like, I got like 30 minutes. So I'm like, man, I wish I just like, I'm going to just continue and do a quest here. The fact that you could just dock it, play, and when you're done, you're like, and you just grab it and go. And then you're like, yo, I'm waiting in the car.
Yeah, it's crazy to like, let's say, like if we have to play Smash Bros, you just put it on the dash and you can actually play a whole TV console in your car. So when do we think this is going to be announced?
When Gen 12 comes out.
No, next year.
You think so? I hope so. They're going to remaster all their games then and sell them at retail price.
Wow, they're saying 2 years from now. Are you serious? So Switch comes out in 2017 and Switch 2 in 2025? So 5 years between Wii U and Switch. So you're going to take 7 years between Switch and Switch 2? Okay, teacher, think for a second. Would parents buy their kids the exact same console for their kids twice? Mm-hmm. So let's say Switch 2 comes out. Would they really buy it if it's the same thing? But I think what it would be is the chips. It would be like the Game Boy Advance cartridges, where it's backwards compatible, but you need the new Switch to play the new games, right? So it wouldn't be the same console.
You know, they are working on a